So, Colston, aka JMANARTIST,
Journeyman.
going downstairs, give you guys a tour of the studio. It's been a while, since the last tour. I think it's been a year or two. So, yes, it is the holiday season, so you'll see one of the Christmas trees behind me, and the doorway. Get this situated. I'm heading into the studio. Alright, before we cut on the lights, I'll give you guys a quick 360 of the studio. This is JMANARTIST Studios. This is where I work, where the magic happens, like I like to say. So, let's do this. Meantime, so I think first place we'll start will be the actual art stations, and then we'll get to the music stations and the other parts of the studio. It's really kind of broken down in like 3 to 4 sections, because it's a multi-use, multi-purpose room. All right, so I do all my physical artwork here. So sitting right now, I am sitting at the drawing board. So if you look over, this is where the physical drawing happens. Me with a pencil, marker, or some other tool in my hand. This is where that takes place. So this is my drafting table. Nothing too fancy. Like I said, it's a glass top, and it is lighted underneath. So as I'm working, I can light box different things. What you see right there is probably my most used permanent markers and microns. Down here, got a mass of miscellaneous materials and tools. What we got here? All right, more pens, Prisma pens, Faber Castells, Sharpies, different things, stamps, more supplies and Sharpies, miscellaneous pens and whatnot. It just stays full. Mirror there for reference. What you'll see up here is the rig. Normally I'll have one of my iPhones up there recording down when I draw, and that's what basically becomes the footage for drawing board sessions. As I'm sitting here, as you can tell, I can still see, although it's a little flooded with different things, I can still see the TV and get a good gauge of what's going on. Both exits behind me and off to the side, so I know who's coming in and out. iPad holder for my iPad when it's here this way. All right, so in here what we have is just supplies, different art material I'm working on, reference book that I'm reading. These are sketch pads, scrap paper. Down here the same thing. Sketch pads, scrap paper, Bristol board, 11 by 17, unfinished works, things I'm working on, more reference material, copy paper. Down there is all unused binders and graphic paper. So those are sketch books, binders, different paper, different sizes that I use and work on and whatnot. Behind me, see, that's my calendar, although it's not been updated, but I keep my important stuff up there, try to update it month to month, keep my goals there, different pinups. And here, definitely got storage material. And you see down at the bottom, more paper, 11 by 17, Bristol board, vellum paper. There's a portfolio here, that's stock paper. More comic book, blue line, Bristols. A lot of those are 11 by 17 or 12 by 19s. In here, various supplies. So in this one, yep, more pens, microns, stapler pens, permanent markers, fountain pens, brush pens. All of that stuff is in there. And here, painting material more so. Oh, I've been looking for that. I forgot that was in there. But in here, pencils, crayons, color pencils are pretty much in that drawer. Put that back in there. Up here, we have painting material. So we have paint brushes, acrylics, watercolors, speedball, black inks, all different things that I use from time to time. 10 up top is my miscellaneous drawer of stickers, lighters, connections, some tools in there and whatnot. I'm not digging through all of that stuff. But you know, more stuff here. Triangle, huge triangle. Posters, different posters I picked up over time that haven't gone up, but I still like to keep. My 8x10.5 scanner, because scanning function on my bigger scanner is intermittent. It goes in and out, waiting to be replaced. Let's see what we got here. Oh, look at that. That's my favorite because I'm down in the basement in the dark. Got a rechargeable radio and flashlight. That's my Journeyman artist bag. So you got different art supplies in there. Miscellaneous stuff. Let me take it back down so you get the magnitude of. This is my one bookcase that I probably keep close to me. Keeps most of my reference material. So here is truly more reference material, like character guides, encyclopedias, D&D manuals. There's miscellaneous Kickstarter awards Kickstarter things that I supported. Was that Scurry from Mark Smith? I got let's see what else is up there. Remind from Jason Brubaker. It's a bunch of different stuff. Those are some of my favorites. But yeah, so these are all just ready references. Oh, how could I forget how to think when you draw and how to think when you write. Most of that stuff is available on IG. If you follow the Ethergen brothers, you can get a lot of that stuff. Masters of Anatomy was another Kickstarter that I supported and got. Various things down here, sketchbooks, various stages of completion, more random paper, idea books. Keep my water bottle here. You know, got to keep that. Got to stay hydrated. Some other stuff down there. Basically, just office supplies and whatnot. So, you know, as we move from that spot, how could I ever forget? So this is the Grand Princess's desk. If you notice her drawing table space is right next to mine. So if I'm sitting there, she's down here. She's sitting there with me, and we can do art together. Around real quick. So what we have here is the other part of the graphics station and portion of what it is that I do. My digital graphic setup is kind of shared with my workspace. So I'll break it down like this. This is actually my work computer. Everything else up here is mine. So that's my work computer is keyed into the dock. Hooks up to those monitors. So when I'm working, I got 3 monitors. They're blacked out. Obviously, don't need to share what I'm working on with you guys. But if you notice, my work laptop sits on top of my old Dell Workhorse. This laptop still has Adobe Suite 6 on it, which is why it's still here and still up and running. But when I'm not working, I connect into that laptop, and then I have the 3 screens. So that's my work laptop. Those 3 screens, that's my Wacom. That's my gaming table, a tablet that I actually use when I'm doing digital work in Photoshop or Illustrator. I do a lot of digital stuff now. A lot of it's on my iPad, whether it's music, whether it's graphics, whether it's video. So my iPad's never really far from me. It's an integral part of my setup. Lots of pins. Fun fact, this keyboard and mouse are connected to my work laptop. The green keyboard and mouse are connected to my work laptop. The charging stations and everything else. And, we got multiple books. I keep a lot of notes. I still like to actually write and transcribe stuff digitally. This right here is my brother copy scanner fax machine. It actually prints and scans 11x17, which is why it's still here. Works intermittently. It's more of a printer at this point than as a scanner. I got another scanner because the scanner really went down, but it's only 8x10. And I think I'll stick with that scanner when I'm looking to replace the 11x17 printer. I just haven't made a decision on which one I'm gonna replace it with. So we got that there. Under here is paper, shredder machine for office stuff. Underneath here is just more storage. My rolling art kit. I used to roll with that a lot when I did like shows or comic conventions or presentations, or when I was an adjunct. I also used to take that a lot. That way I fit all my stuff in. It was easy to maneuver it back and forth. I know we're talking about digital drawing and drafting, so we'll come over here. This is a refurbished wine cabinet, motor run out. Like the cabinet, like the size on it, stripped the motor out of it. Now it houses all of my 11 by 17 all of my portfolios for like artwork. Finished artwork is in there, various sizes. Down there is old sketchbooks. So let's see what just down here. Let's see what we got. All right. Oh, look at that. Imagine that. Legacy Saga prints. You know, for those of you who think I forgot, it does exist. It's just still working to push to get it done. And so while we're here, we'll talk about the physical components. So this space used to have a lot of stuff on it. I recently cleared it out because I needed to work on two functions. One, when I'm doing more tangible art, whether that's sculpting or I'm putting something together, or trying to repair small electronics, I normally use this space here. Got the mat, the tools. I recently kind of cleaned up a lot of it and organize it in a way that when I'm not doing that, the Grand Princess has additional space where she can work and play. So that's why you'll see, the toys are musical instruments. This right here, I don't have a better place for it, but it's my vest. It's 20 pounds. Got to stay in shape. Sometimes I put that on when I'm standing up or doing different things down here, So we'll start here. What you'll see is I got two PreSonus 5-inch monitors. One is there. The main is there. The secondary is over there. What you see is I got my Machine MK3. I got the Control M35, the Native Instruments MIDI keyboard. Got my Dell laptop, which I recently upgraded, doubled the RAM, and put in a significantly larger hard drive. So now I can get more mileage out of that. I got my Vizio monitor. That's also a TV. So if I just want to put something on a smaller TV, I can do that. Netflix, got my SP404, the MK2, got the Tascam Model 12, a little digital display on the audio. Got some of my favorite display pieces there, USBs, headphone plugs and whatnot, lights, headphones, everything that's over here steps into this, and I'll explain that quickly without going into too much detail. All right, so my Gemini turntable, got my Serato DJ to go to. I thought about getting a bigger one, and then once I really took a little bit of time to get reacquainted with it and plugged it into Serato DJ and into the Native Instruments joint, I'm gonna stick with the little guy. You see some cassette tapes up there, some pedals. Those are some small mini pedals I recently got. This is my beatbox, constructed and ordered this also from Kickstarter. Ordered this, constructed it, customized it, and it's here because I use it when I have my iPad there hooked into the setup. I use that to control it as my MIDI controller from my iPad, so it's actually pretty dope. PS5, which is a fairly new addition. My Newmark CDJ, which I didn't just need a controller, I needed an actual CD player, which this functions nicely. It got some bonus effects. Backup drive for my PlayStation. So I got the OG SP404. Actually, let me do this. So move this out of the way. I already got my MPC 500. So I got the alt outs going into the MPC. So so that I can sample vinyl. The mains go into here, and then this main goes into the Model 12. SP404 is the effects on effects alt 1, so everything goes in, so I can run everything into the SP04, utilize the effects, run it back in, and then that runs to the 12. CDJ runs to there, turntable runs to there, have the TV running into there as well. So TV, the MPC 500, the JMANARTIST, the vinyl, all flow into the Behringer 12. Oh, I'm sorry, and the tape deck there. The Anki I forgot. So and the tape deck is there, dual cassette tape. So that all that flows into there, and then I can step it down to the Model 12, and that allows me the ability to basically take all the audio, send it to here, have limited effects, then step it down to the Model 12 into the computer. May sound confusing or convoluted. I tell you, I've been doing it for so long, it's just second nature, and it's always changing and evolving because I'm always learning different stuff. So over in the corner, more trinkets there. I'm a big Star Wars fan as well as comics. I collect a lot. What you'll see there is, you'll see the reason why I haven't wanted a CD player. I have a boatload of CDs down there, even a few up here, but I have a gang CDs. So, and this is my bass guitar. I have it over here because the Grand Princess likes to play with it and detune it. So it's a good place for it when I'm not playing. So I'll also show you under here, in here, different wires, cables, storage. I think everybody has like a bunch of cables everywhere. That tote is full of extra equipment that I don't use every day, but I want to keep handy in case I need to put it into the system. And it's got a bunch of cables in it. Same thing with that, bunch of cables. So what you can see here now is the vinyl. So up top, both of those has my 45s in it, and they're pretty. That one's absolutely full. This one's pretty full. And then you got all my records, vinyl records here. So up top are albums that mean a lot to me specifically, personally. What you have down here is more albums that I have, different albums I picked up over time. Some of them for listening. A lot of these here are things that I'll sample from, or put this back up here, or sample from, and listen to casually. All these albums here in the white sleeves, and there's more in those crates we'll talk about in a minute. All those in the white sleeves. These are all albums that my father gave me before he passed, and he just gave me the albums, and I literally had the albums just all. When he gave them to me, they were albums and 45s, and they had no sleeves, no protectors. I have no idea what happened to them. My dad didn't explain it, and I took it for the act of love it was, and it didn't trip. But I got the outer cover, the inner covers for all of those. So what you'll see here is super crates, because you have to buy super crates in order to get crates that will fit your actual 12-inch vinyl. So on the bottom here, it's full of records that I bought. Some of them from my dad's collection, but a lot of them I bought dollar bin stuff that just didn't necessarily work out. See, second one is stuff that I may revisit. Might have had one or two things on it, but I don't have it heavily in the rotation. This particular one is more hip hop and R&B stuff from the 90s. A lot of 12 inches. Things that I'm not sampling from, but I keep them near the top because sometimes when they're chilling, I'll run through those. The top is just full of like miscellaneous stuff. Cables for the pedals, extra set of headphones. This is my GoPro that I have set up here, kind of capture some things from time to time. So I think that's it for the musical section. We can get to some other stuff. So as we look, you know, that's the boom tag hat. You know, shout out to Shauna Mills. I won that. You know, love her work. You know, like I said, I am a collector, so you'll see cars and, like I said, different trinkets and, you know, things, places, you know, people, you know, a lot of family on this portion of the wall. It's my old man. It's me when I was a kid. Most of the artwork you're gonna see on these walls that we're moving to now is all by me. That's a recent pick that I did. That I think came out pretty fly. But yeah, all those pieces I did. I got a clock so I can keep track of time. More art, Legacy Saga stuff here to motivate me to finish and remind me remind me of the big project. Uh, and then just different personal work there that I've done that I have displayed. And then I'll have, you know, different things I'll post up there, reminders. Workout and exercises, still doing the shoulder recovery. You know, I don't like wasted space, so behind here you'll see there's a level, there's some tools, one of my mini go bags I have around here and around the house in general. Back there you got tripods, paint canvases that I haven't finished. If you got, you know, just some displays, Star Wars, you got the Millennium Falcon, Anakin and Ahsoka. You got some jankies there. So got those from Kickstarter, some pop, Funko Pop Star Wars joints, some more Star Wars, Mandalorian stuff, and then you got Ray and some this stuff. On this wall, keep it quick so you keep it moving. You know, just a vision list, not a vision board, just a vision list of things that I wanted to acquire over the course of the year. You see a few things lined out. I actually got, you know, more things off of that list I haven't lined out yet, but definitely achieved more than I thought I would over the course of the year. So it's a good exercise. P&P stuff and program management, more so from my day job. It's kind of, you know, a big in what it is that I do, and then just things that I wanted to, goals that I wanted to accomplish. Not a lot of check marks. You know, this year's been kind of rough, and that shoulder really took me out of my off my trajectory for a while. But you know, under there some miscellaneous storage. Uh, Grand Princess likes to bouncy, so you know, some different hats and whatnot. This is my hard hat. This particular hard hat was my dad's. He retired when he did over 30 years as a coal miner, and that was a hard hat he wore basically every day. There, one up here you got Star Wars, so you got uh, you know, multiple Star Wars figures. That's a blank space because there's one more that goes there. But if you're noticing a theme, all of these are either black characters in Star Wars and or characters that were voiced by black actors. More bags, not go bags, but bags that, you know, I use at various stages from travel and light. This is one of my old convention banners. This here, if you watch a couple of these tours, you know this painting always goes wherever I am. And previous to this, I was in my studio upstairs, and there are, you know, I will post a link to that previous video, so you can see what the old studio looked like. But those two statues are hand carved. We got them when we was traveling in the Caribbean. But the painting, my dad painted for me back in '87. That's all I've had this. So it goes everywhere with me. I absolutely love it. And then here, just some trinkets and things that I collected over time. You know, just miscellaneous stuff. Those two things right there, Kickstarter items, Black Comics and Black Comics Return. I got a lot of friends and colleagues in there. So, told you that my dad gave me a bunch of records. What I haven't gotten to yet is, I said I'm a collector, and I said earlier I love comic books. But me and my dad had quite the comic collection. So what you have in all of these totes are comics. And again, my dad gave these to me various stages, but it was more important to get that he gave me the collection more than anything else. I took the time, and I went back and got all of them in bags with boards to preserve them at whatever state they were moving forward. I mean, we got a gang of these. I mean, these things go back till, when I was a kid. And some of these go back to when my dad was a kid. And I have literally, you see the genesis for some of the legacy saga stuff. My love for Conan definitely drove that. Star Wars. But yeah, no. And it is, each and every one of them is full to the brim with comics from my dad. What we got here, proud of my service. So, I always got my Marine Corps stuff displayed in this spot. This is the other bookcase. This is the bigger of the two. And it's got a multitude of books. It's got self-improvement books, self-help books. It's got comics, graphic novels, reference material. It's got textbooks from when I was teaching as an adjunct. But I mean, you'll see, it's got some Kickstarter rewards. It's got odd sized books that's just way too big to fit anywhere else. And then, got the vacuum cleaner because I like to keep it clean up in here crispy. A couple more bags, I like to change them out depending on what I'm doing. You got your Hulk hands and your Iron Man wristlet. Trust me, Grandpa, we play Iron Man and Hulk all the time. Working table, got a nice candle going. But this space right here is when I'm chilling. Sometimes, me and the wife would be down here chilling, or I have a client, or, somebody come over, we're collaborating. We're all down in here working. This is where we'll sit, and I'm going to. So as I sit here, again, like I said, I can see, eventually I'll be able to see who comes in. I can see the desk, the musical stuff, I can see the TV. I got a whole line of sight on hold. So this is probably, other than if I'm not actually working on anything at one of the stations, this is probably the seat that I sit at the most. So again, this is probably where I sit the most when I am just chilling. Here, awesome. So, like I said, love comics, heavy metal. These are actual issues of comics, different books, reference materials, journal for writing. So there's board games. Like I said, sometimes we're down here chilling, we'll sit at this table, play some board games, whether that's cards or might get a game of spades going, make some dominoes, depending on who's down. But yeah, and this is kind of the spot. So let me make sure I get this in good, because this is, like I said, this is where a lot of, my collection of different things are. Turn this thing around here. So, start on this wall. Like I say, I got some board games here. So this is art that I've collected over time from friends, bought at different conventions and whatnot, or received as part of Kickstarter awards. A lot of cool stuff. Up here, different collectibles. These are the larger figures. So you got Lando Calrissian, you got Anasoka, you got them tall, you got them small. Yeah, you got some Marvel stuff. Again, most of my action figures are, action figures of color for the majority of them. You'll see Miles Morales, War Machine, Captain America. You'll see Finn up there. You'll see Killmonger, Black Panther, Shuri, Ironheart, Bast. A lot of Black Panther. And then we go to this row, and the picture frames up there, except for the one in the middle, is blank because I haven't finished the artwork that's going in them yet. But and up here are all comics. All of these are comics that Some of them are part of my dad's collection. A lot of them are more recent comics, different things, free comic book day, giveaways, and different things. I just haven't read them, so they're up there because you need to go through them, read them. A lot of lamps for aesthetics, storage materials. You know, it's a gift from the missus. You know, keep my good stuff in there. Little mini fridge in the corner. More cables, wires, miscellaneous connections and whatnot. Backgammon. Here, store a lot of my finished artwork that isn't in the portfolio, and then some of the rough stuff is in there. Files, keep a file for business stuff. I showed you this wall, so I need to show you this one. All right, so this wall is pretty much, like I said, more art and, you know, paintings and things that I've collected and been gifted over the years from some phenomenal artists. You'll also see the Grand Princess has work displayed there. So she made that for Grandpa, and then she did that, you know, Year of the Tiger. But I thought she would appreciate having her art in the same on the wall with all the other art that Granddad likes, so she know that she has talent and that she can, you know, she can compete with the big boys. What you'll see across the studio as well are paper lanterns around the lights. Lights in here are kind of bright. Like I said, I made a good choice for what I need to do as far as singing, but sometimes when I'm filming this and the other, they get super bright. So I do put them up there to kind of diffuse them a bit. What you didn't see when we came in, let's go back to the main door. So again, these are more of the action figures that I've collected. As you can see, most of them are artists of color. But then if you go here, there's more. Some of my favorites, like that's Dr. Voodoo, or brother is Dr. Voodoo, but his brother Voodoo. When I was coming up, an old school Falcon, lots of Black Panther, obviously because of the movie. I got Storm coming around, and then you got Baku, you got Black Panther, you got Storm, Sunspot, Deathlock, Misty Knight, Blue Marbles. They even got Selma Hayek, her Ajax character up there. These are some of the other Marvel characters that I got. A lot of the Disney collector's kits and the Infinity series that was, it was a gaming system for like PS4, some of the larger characters, but these are some of my favorites that I have here. Bear with me here because I'm stepping around. That's so it's a Hulk's a favorite. So you got, you know, various iterations of them throughout, you know, the Infinity War. Some of them are true to their comic book origins. Other ones are more true to the aesthetics assigned to them by the movie. But yeah, and like I said, I definitely, you know, I do collect, you know, whether it's vinyl, whether it's comics, whether it's action figures, you know. So hopefully, you know, this gives everybody a good idea of what the space is like. So I think now is a great time to put a stamp on it. So again, I'm Mike Colston, JMANARTIST. This is Journeyman Artist Studios. Hey, I appreciate you taking the time out to show you where I work, play, and hang out and relax. Hopefully, you know, if you're catching this in the holiday season, you have a great holiday. If you're catching on the other side of the New Year, hey, Happy New Year. I know I'm going in to do bigger and better things, and I hope you are too. Again, thank you for taking the time out to just, you know, just check me out, keep supporting, and, you know, I'll see you on the other side. Peace.
Journeyman.